You know, what happens when a car is just left to die in a field? Usually it's a pretty sad story, but today we are looking at a massive exception, a story about how a rusted-out shell was transformed into an absolutely jaw-dropping, award-winning icon.
So, what's the secret sauce? What does it take to pull off a miracle like that? Well, you're going to need a ton of vision, some serious determination, and an absolutely insane amount of custom fabrication. Let's start right at the beginning.
Every great comeback story has to start somewhere, and usually that's rock bottom. For this C4 Corvette, rock bottom was a forgotten field where it was literally just left to rust away.
Okay, so picture this. 4.5 years ago, Jason Berckmans finds this 1984 Corvette. And when I say finds, I mean he rescued it. The thing hadn't run it over a decade. It couldn't move. And honestly, it was more of a high-rise apartment for mice than it was a car. And this was the project he decided to take on during the quiet winter months of COVID.
So how do you even begin to tackle a project this massive? You might think it starts with a wrench or a welder, but nope, it starts with a vision.
Jason started looking for aftermarket parts for the C4 platform, and he found basically nothing. Crickets. So instead of just modifying the car, he decided he was going to create something from scratch. He teamed up with the amazing digital artist Brad Builds to dream up a design that was completely out there, a true, one-of-a-kind wide-body monster.
Now, when Jason shared this wild digital render, the reaction wasn't exactly a round of applause. You know, there was a lot of skepticism, a lot of doubt, and this is the point where a project like this could have just died. But instead of backing down, he took the feedback, believed in his vision, and just decided to forge ahead.
To really, truly appreciate this build, you have to understand the sheer scale of the work we're talking about. This wasn't some simple bolt-on project. This was pure, hands-on fabrication from the ground up.
Let's start with the heart of this beast. As it sits right now, this Corvette is putting down 665 horsepower, and that's at the wheels. Just a base tune, running on standard 91-octane pump gas. Incredible.
And get this, that's 665 horsepower? That's just the warm-up act. With a final tune and a fuel upgrade, the projected power for this twin-turbo LS engine is over 1,000 horsepower. Just absolutely wild. So how in the world did he create that massive body kit? It's not like you can buy it off a shelf. Jason handcrafted the whole thing himself. He started with a foam skeleton, shaped it all with heat, and then layered it with fiberglass, all inside his own garage.
The attention to detail here is just staggering. I want you to consider this number, 120. That's how many hours Jason spent on the custom taillights alone, designing the circuit boards, soldering every single LED by hand. No way.
And this thing isn't just a pretty face. The modernization is deep. Every single stock wire was ripped out. The car now runs on a state-of-the-art Haltech digital system. It's basically a powerful computer controlling everything. There are no old-school fuses. It's all managed by a solid-state module. We're talking a modern race car's brain inside a classic body.
But beyond all the power and the insane fabrication, there's a detail in this build that pays this really clever tribute to the car's history. And honestly, it's one of my favorite parts of this whole project.
So what's the deal with the number 84? It's not just some random number. It's actually the key to the car's whole identity.
See, the car is a 1984 model. So Jason intentionally built the entire wide body to be exactly 84 inches wide. It's such a thoughtful, brilliant little nod that connects the car's monstrous new form directly back to its humble beginnings. So after years of relentless work, countless hours of fabrication, and pushing forward against all that doubt, how is this creation actually received by the car world? Well, the accolades really speak for themselves. This isn't just a garage build anymore. It's a multi-award-winning showstopper. We're talking best in show at major events like Driven, all the way to being handpicked as the chosen one. The community has spoken, and they agree. This vision was something truly special.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? What's the driving force behind a project that's this ambitious? Well, it really all comes down to a powerful philosophy.
This is maybe the most inspiring part of the entire story. This world-class vehicle wasn't built in some million-dollar shop with a huge team. No, it was brought to life by one person's passion and hard work, right there in a standard two-car garage in a regular neighborhood.
And this quote right here reveals the true purpose behind the whole thing.
For Jason, it was never just about building an amazing car for himself. His main goal was to show what's possible and hopefully inspire other enthusiasts to get their hands dirty and go build their own dreams.
Which leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? This Corvette went from a forgotten piece of junk, literally a home for mice, to a legitimate automotive masterpiece. It just makes you wonder, what other incredible potential is just sitting out there, hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone with enough vision and determination to bring it back to life?